Yeah, really, this took me 30 years plus to figure out. And I'm going to give it to you in just 10 minutes. I have sat down to think about most things about my life and about life in general. And I always wonder first, do subscribe and tap the like button as we go ahead. I've always wondered about these things. They were hazy growing up, but now in my 40s, I figured a few things out. And those are the things I want to share with you, six of them really quickly. But I wonder why it took me this long to figure this out because life, this is the journey that took me to the most important lessons I've learned about life in general. Especially when it has to do with managing finances, personal relationships, career choices. I just wish I figured them out sooner, right? It took me decades and decades to be able to connect these dots, and it struck me that it's been 30 years in the making because I remember from when I was 9, 13, 14, I used to wonder about these things, especially about life, success, money. And after decades of errors and trials, in my 20s and my 30s were full of errors and trials. Now at 44, I realized that this could help you save time. It could also help you not to make the mistakes I've made. Number one is that I think I should start with first of all, life is mysterious. I think that's where to start from. Life is mysterious. There's no figuring it out completely. There's no waiting to figure it out properly before we set out. I didn't understand that early. I always thought, oh, I needed to get into something, I needed to find a way to learn about it properly before I start. One of those things that took me way too long to figure out was that my financial future needed to have been planned. It has to be strategically planned. It will not just happen. I used to think that money wasn't such a priority. Not that I didn't need money, but that somehow as I grow, money will, come to me. Hmm. But here's the thing time flies, and you may not know what you can know until you get at it. So if you're waiting for something to happen, it may never really happen. I didn't figure that out early. So if I had invested in learning about money, how to make smarter money choices, I could have saved myself years of stress and frustration, really. Also, I spent a lot. The second one was I spent a lot of time trying to figure out who I was, my temperament, my days, my personality, attending conferences and workshops. As much as that is good, I didn't realize that there is no moment that you discover, oh, this is who I am. So that means this is the career I should follow, and this is how I should live, and this is how money will come from it. What I didn't figure out was that it's a journey. You have to keep going. All of the trials and errors were part of the process, and you may never really get to a destination. Yes, you may never really get to a destination. So, if I had focused on executing my own plans without having to look at other people, compare myself to other people, I guess I may have made better progress. Self development is in execution, is in the doing. I figured that out much later. In fact, it was so bad that it was when I turned 40, I read an article on the internet that said most people who are full of ideas, they start something, they keep doing, they keep second guessing themselves. They only get to become focused on a particular thing in their mid 40s. And look at me now, I'm 44, and it's getting clear. I don't know. The third thing is that I wasted a lot of time waiting for the perfect time, waiting for the right moment, waiting for someone to help me, waiting for by and by the big money will come, without realizing that outcome is tied to the actions I take. And actions I take has to be me asking the right questions, daring to go for places, to go to places, daring to meet people, daring to, you know, just start something and now. And then I did figure out that the more you wait, the more you delay your success. There's nobody coming to help you. I didn't discover that on time. I felt like the universe is sort of like a mother who will come hand you out candies as you grow. That was like this perception. I did figure out early that the more you stay waiting, nothing will really happen. That's the third mystery. The fourth thing that I figured out quite late was the value of creating the right relationships, friendships. I always grew up as a child who was a stutterer, intelligent, brilliant, but was a bit naive, withdrawn, thinking introvertish means weakness. I didn't figure out that investing in relationships, friendship, quality people was such an investment. Like I didn't see relationships as an investment early. It took me to become an adult to discover that you have to oil relationships as much as you want people to, you know, kind of, yeah, oil your own relationships in that sense. And that everybody was busy with their lives. So the more you stayed waiting for somebody to come say the first hi, how you doing, the more the person might also be waiting for you to come walk up to them to say hi, how you doing? Because human beings are the same. I figured this out late. Human beings are all the same. We all want the same thing. Despite our temperament, we all want the same thing. So, those moments where I have stayed to second guess myself and ask myself, is it a personality thing and all that? I only figured out that you make things happen for your life. Life doesn't just work like that. Yes. The fifth mystery I discovered about life, this one was one of the most painful for me, is that don't start something that you want to see succeed and stop. Yes, don't. Consistency is the name of the game of success. Consistency is the name of the game of success. If you want to be tops at anything, keep practicing consistently and attain mastery. If you want to hit a money goal, keep going to doing all the things you should do to make money consistently until you become ultra wealthy. I was plagued by the idea syndrome. All it took to distract me from my main idea is to bring another beautiful idea. That cost me a lot of my youth. Don't lose your youth wasting, trying things, being adventurous. It's okay to be adventurous. Find your one adventure and be consistent with it. Look at ideas and smile and keep doing the one you're doing. Break through in one before you ever start cultivating another idea. I didn't get this early. I didn't get them in my 20s. I didn't get it in my 30s. I'm only figuring it out. The power of consistency. I discovered that it is the small, consistent things you do that make something larger than life, not in a fancy new idea and all that. The final point that I'm willing to share in this episode is that failure is feedback. Failure is the essence of successful people. That every successful person I know, I see, have failed more times than they have succeeded. I didn't figure that out as a child. I didn't know that as an adult. I didn't know that as someone who was 40. Yeah, every failure is a stepping stone to success. Don't make these mistakes. Don't waste your life. Don't waste your youth. Take action now. I'll see you again in my next video. Bye.